Calling to order a regular meeting at 6:30. We'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Start. Let's read it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Ron.
Yes. All right, we'll stop. All right, do we have any agenda revisions? Great. And then it looks like approval of the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve.
Well, second.
All in favor? Aye. Great, it's approved. All right, first up, we have our budget update.
All right, Shalise. You ready? We were discussing this at some point last spring. I think we stopped giving these monthly updates.
Yeah.
You would receive this information.
Right.
And even though at the last meeting, Shalise was here, we went over 24, 25. I wanted us to go through this in a similar way that we were last year, and then we can make the decision if you want to keep getting updates or not. I mean, you'll keep getting these updates each month, but we'll just go through these slides and see if you have any questions.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, so the last presentation was how we ended 24-25 and then how we started, so September of 25-26. So this is for the month ending October 2025. Okay, so our enrollment updates. So currently 25-26 is the very bottom blue line. You can see that our October enrollment, we were at 2,515 students. And we budgeted 2,438, so we are up 31 FTE. So that is great news from what we budgeted. When we're comparing to last year, you can still see we've dipped in enrollment. We're down, sorry, I said the opposite. We're down 31 FTE from last year, and we're up 77 from the budget. Sorry, I did not read those.
That's even better.
And that's about,
That's better,
that's
yes.
about a 2% decline,
Yeah.
right, from last year.
Right.
Yeah, where we budgeted about a 4% decline because that's where what we saw the previous few years. Okay, so this is just where we have been. So this is 24-25, looking at our fund balance flow through the whole year.
Can you just, so October and April, why the revenues are peaks there?
So we receive levy dollars throughout the year as the community pays taxes. But the big jumps, October and April, are main levy months where you pay your taxes semi-annually.
Okay.
So we see jumps during those months.
Thank you.
Okay, so here's our current year general fund information. So the dark bars, dark blue and dark green, those are actuals. And the light bars are months that it's a projection. We're not done balancing those months or they haven't happened yet. So this just shows what has happened September through October and then our projection and flow of the fund balance. So October, we ended with a fund balance of 12.59. As we stated previously, October and April are large levy dollars. So in October, we received 31% of our budgeted levy revenue for the year. Which was 2.8 million, which is where the huge jump comes in October, and then that will happen again in April. Any questions on this slide?
No.
Okay, so then we always talk about the general fund, but we do have 5 funds. So this just goes over our other 4 funds. So the ASB shows year-to-date actuals for October, and then we have debt service, which is where our bond payments and revenue flow through. The transportation vehicle fund, which is how we fund our yellow buses. And then the next slide is our capital projects fund and where it is year to date. Any questions on those funds? Okay, well, this was quick and easy.
Wow, that was.
Any questions?
No, thank you so much. You keep us so up to date and so these are just so easy to read. We really
Good.
appreciate that. I appreciate
Cool.
that.
So these will continue to be in your monthly packet and
Great.
then the board can decide if you want me to go through them each month or just questions.
Okay.
Any thoughts about like now, what your preference?
I like to see them, if that makes sense. So,
So you will see them. The wonder is if,
do we need her to present it?
right,
No, if we have questions, we can call Shalice.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Good.
perfect too.
all right, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We know.
Thank you, Shalice.
All right, on to the next. We've got some proposals for action today. Does this one do the citizen calls?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so we've got some citizen comments.
No, so my bad. So we don't have any citizen comments.
Okay, not to
For
that.
this,
Okay.
yeah, but later.
Okay.
Yeah, later.
That's why I was like, wait a second. All right. All right, next up, we have the approval of the bus purchase.
Yeah, so any questions regarding what was the presentation of the buses? Again, these are these are smaller buses that we're interested
Yeah,
in.
3 of them.
Yeah.
No, I thought he did a great job coming in 2 weeks ago and kind of updating us and answering all of our questions. So I don't have any issues with this.
Well, I will move to approve the resolution 25-2602.
I'll second.
Or wait, no, sorry. Approval of the bus purchase. That one I heard.
Thanks.
Sorry.
I second that.
All in favor?
I,
Aye. All right, next up, we've got resolution 2025-2602, which is our renewal educational programs and operations levy.
Right,
Any
so,
questions?
yes, so our last meeting, we presented this information to you.
Yep. I don't have any questions.
I guess I was curious, what part of this will be included in a voter pamphlet? So is it just I think it says on here,
I think it's on page. Says it's in.
maybe that was. Oh, that was on a different one. Never mind.
It'll be Proposition 14, the header on.
Should be page
Yeah.
4. 4 is probably title.
Gotcha. Okay, I see.
Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah. Has the 3 at the bottom of the 4th page.
Gotcha.
So that'll be, what were you asking about that? What will be on the voters pamphlet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was my only question.
Do you have any questions about that?
All right. I have a motion to approve renewal educational programs and operations levy.
I'll approve that we go out to this.
I'll second the motion.
In favor?
Aye.
Right. Wow, we're cruising today. All right, next up, resolution 2025-2603, which is the renewal safety technology and capital improvement levy. I can't believe it's levy time.
It is levy time, yes.
Easy. Okay. We have questions on that one.
I think this is the one where I was curious. So I felt like section 2 had a lot of description about what the levy was for, or the capital levy was for. And I don't know, I wasn't seeing it in the voter pamphlet portion to that detail.
Mhm.
So I think that was where I was wondering, if that more descriptive portion would be in the voter pamphlet, but that looks like, it would just be from page 4.
Where it says Prop 15.
Yeah,
Right, the last sentence prior to the amounts.
right.
Yeah,
Typically, there's a We'll-
So you mean, right, do you mean what you see on the ballot or what you're gonna see in the booklet that they send out?
I would say either.
Okay, because what you're seeing in the resolution is what you're gonna see on the ballot. And then
Okay,
we also have explanatory statements and those will go in the booklet.
but we don't control that part, right?
We do.
Oh, we
Yeah,
do.
they're not something that's voted on, but they are like a summary that we looked at. And will be submitted.
I guess I had thought there was a call for people for the yes or the no.
Oh,
That's separate?
Statement.
Okay, that is a separate thing. So we get to at least provide a description
Yeah.
aside from what's in the,
So we have
Ballot,
what's
okay.
on the ballot and then what's in the booklet.
So we can need,
okay.
And I think what I did, if I can briefly align through. We would love to see that additional language that's going out to the voters. If at all possible.
Just so they're like, oh, we.
Yeah, so additional language, so more details.
You want
To
to
the-
see the explanatory?
Yes,
We can definitely share that.
That was my only question on.
Okay.
great questions.
So you're looking for the specific information that's going to be shared.
yeah, not the ballot, but the pamphlet.
Yeah, I think I was just concerned. I mean, I feel better knowing that there will be more description.
Hopefully people read that part of it.
I
I always do. All
Okay.
right, anything else on this one, guys?
No.
Do I have a motion to approve 2025-2603 renewal safety technology and capital improvements levy?
I will move to approve.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Resolution number 2025-2604, certification of excess property tax.
Any questions about this resolution?
It's a continuation of
Yeah.
the current levy.
Yeah.
Correct.
All
I
right.
think Shelley did a good job describing what's contained in this resolution and the purpose.
I didn't realize that you come up with all of this then, correct?
I
Oh,
did a template.
okay. You're like, let's be fair. It's just a lot to put together. All right. Any more?
No, ma'am.
All right. Do I have a motion to approve 2025-2604 certification of excess property tax?
I'll motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right. On to our policy revisions. All right, we've got policy number 1111, oath of office. This will be our second reading. Do we have any questions on this one?
Seems pretty,
Yeah.
straightforward.
There's very minor changes to it, so in my opinion,
You ready to approve them?
yes.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, policy 4260, the use of facilities, second reading on this one as well. So I did have a question on this one. So we know this is the policy part of it, but the procedure part of it. I guess I just still had a question on the cost of things.
Okay,
I guess that, I don't know. I just think that some of it, I don't know how to explain it. It's more of a like by situation, right? Is that how we're kind of seeing that?
well, so a couple things. We hadn't revised this policy and procedure.
For a million
And
years,
the rate sheet for several years.
right?
So part of this was looking at other districts and what they're charging. Looking at our in case of like a custodian,
Sure.
what our custodians make
What did that-
per hour.
Absolutely.
And when we're using custodians for facility use, typically that's going to put them into overtime. So we want to make sure that we are adjusting that rate to match what their compensation
Right.
is. So that was,
You cover that
yeah, so that was, so looking at other districts and what they're charging.
Right.
Looking at our facility use, so updating the rate sheet. And then we have multiple categories. So we have, depending on the group that's requesting the use, are they our students?
Right.
So there's some specific language to who are these individuals who are going to be using our buildings. And then the rate does fluctuate. And then within the policy procedure is always the option for the superintendent to
Right.
make a different decision that doesn't align necessarily with the
Right.
rate sheet. And then we have some specific examples
Okay.
where a group might request to use it. And because what we've tried to do within the categories is describe the different groups that are going to be
Right.
requesting this. And we don't always cover, or maybe it's a group that might kind of be in both groups.
Okay.
And so how do we, making that determination?
Right.
So what isn't in here is that I meet with our person who takes these requests. So there's a process that is followed, and then I meet with that individual if there is a question on which category.
Okay.
Are they in?
There's still, I mean, it's still very low compared, I think, to most places, but. I was just
Yes, so
wondering.
there is that, and and the intent is not to outprice groups that want
Right.
to access our buildings. It's important that we have our community accessing
Right.
our buildings. And so that happens, and we have a number of examples where our local organizations are utilizing our spaces and following this process.
Right.
And then, our programs are not being charged
Right.
to use our spaces, but they are putting in the requests within our FMX system. So we know which buildings are being used by who. And then if an outside group or for-profit organization is intending to use our facilities, then yeah, there's a higher cost if they aren't our students,
Right.
if they aren't connected to the district. That's really what the categories are.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's
So-
really the cost there for staffing.
Well, right, that's what if you're,
Minor-
it's for
minor
janitorial,
there, right?
having somebody there
Right.
to open. and
Yes,
close.
so yeah, again, it's the use of the space when their lights are on. We have somebody who's unlocking the facility. So there's time involved, and then there's supervision,
Right.
if there's custodial time.
Which is a big
Right.
part. Okay.
Yeah, but we definitely want our community, our taxpayers.
Right.
To have access to our spaces.
Right.
And in this community, our buildings are used frequently
Yes.
by organizations other than our programs.
Okay. That was it. All right.
I did have one question, and Shalice, you were zoomed in a couple weeks ago, and it was just on the discrimination statement. It's very lengthy, and it was just, my question was like, is this state mandated to kind of write this really lengthy piece, right? And you said you were gonna look into it, so if you had.
And we did look into it, and it is what's recommended to
Okay.
follow both federal and state. So the statement, it seems so long because it encompasses both federal and state and what they recommend.
Something.
All right. There's nothing else. Can I get a motion to approve policy 4260, use of school facilities?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, last one. Policy 2010, personal electronic devices. This will be our 5th reading. So record.
Hey, we're getting it right.
We are getting it right. I am good with how it is now.
I am as well.
Yeah, and have spoken with Jane in the past. She's good with it as well, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Should we have must have-
Okay.
What were you gonna say?
I was just saying, so if the board approves this policy,
Yes.
then it will not be in effect until
Next
fall.
fall.
next, yeah, so on the policy, it'll have a date established at probably after June 30th,
Sure. And I think that's.
which would be for the 26-27 school
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
I mean, we can signal it, this is coming, but it's not policy until then.
Right.
Right, and the reason is because we've made a revision And we have one middle school of our two that it's different than what is currently happening.
Right.
And the principal is aware, and so is supportive. It's just that, you know, if we can do this next school year, that would be better. There's a lot of attention, a lot of energy right now regarding cell phone use or personal devices. When we talked about that, I appreciate how we've gone about this. Is we've taken our time. As I've mentioned, we had a survey that received almost 1,000 participants, families, students, staff, weighing in on this decision. And as we've talked to our students and our families, they've let us know. I think they're supportive of this. It is a change from what previously has been happening. There's a House bill I think that we proposed, as there was last year, a legislative session regarding telelocation phones, personal devices, and so we are. I think we are in line with that House bill.
I'm just hoping we get to our AI policy quickly.
Sounds like we need.
Feel like that one could go a little quicker, to be honest.
All right, do I have a motion to approve policy 2010, which is our personal electronic device?
I will, go ahead.
I'll motion to approve.
I will second.
All in favor?
I,
Aye. Wow, we're cruising through this meeting, guys. All right. Next up is our comments from our board of directors. Mute.
You're looking at me, so let me start. Well, feels like we've been sitting here and saying, wow, I'm just happy to get back in school and get school started, and it's good that school's going good, but now we're about to have a holiday break. So
It's crazy.
I kind of just want to take some time just to thank all of the students who are getting up every morning and going to class and working on their education. Thank all of the parents that are supporting them, all the staff that are supporting them, and then this community that we have that is also supporting the school district, because, you know, it's time of thanks. So
Yes, sir.
that's my message.
well, in the spirit of more gratitude, I want to thank the district for investing in the personal development of the board and allowing us to attend the WASA conference this past weekend. I always get really energized by that, right until I like enter life again and get overwhelmed. But I had a lot of takeaways. I'm really excited to talk with folks about rethinking our calendar, which I think would be a long-term goal, but just trying to really gain efficiencies, but also refocus our efforts on our student achievement. And I keep hearing that the boards that spend time in board meetings on student achievement have better achievement results. I just, I've struggled with like, well, what does that mean practically? And I feel like this whole calendar thing and lining up our meetings could help with that. So, at any rate, thank you for allowing us to go and learn how to do this, because, there's no training. And also just to mention for Stuff the Bus, I know that's ongoing. Finally remembered to send some food to my son this morning. And just a lot of goings on the next couple weeks. So kind of getting into that spirit of stuff, but also remembering those that don't have. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, thank you for the chance to go to another meeting conference put on by WSD. I always take away great things from those conferences. And it's a chance for us not to be here. And we can learn together somewhere else too. Which
That's great.
We got to visit the high school last week, which is always great. We don't get to spend a lot of time in the high school. And so being there and seeing how awesome those students are doing and getting to chat with some of them was it's always great to listen to our older students and how mature they are. Sometimes it's kind of refreshing, but excited about Festival of Trees that are coming up. I know all the schools are sending out emails for help with those. So if you can, they do need the help. And yes, I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm grateful for all of you. And I hope you guys will have a great day. That's all we got here.
Thank you. All right. So as Ida mentioned, and you mentioned, so thank you for attending the WSD conference. I appreciated you were interested in going, that you went, that you had takeaways. That was my feeling as well. I appreciate that Les was there and the opportunity. Paul and I attended the boot camp. And so I appreciated doing that on Thursday. And although I had done that with Jane and it was a similar presentation, I probably had more takeaways this last time. And as you mentioned about training, and for me, I think it was because I have more awareness. I have a year of doing this work. And so there was just more that I think I picked up on. It was the same individuals who were giving the presentation. So I did it. I valued that. And then I thought the keynote on Friday was very inspiring, very engaging, and similar to you, I had a takeaway. So I've been kind of thinking about all the different, either the keynote or the other opportunities to learn. And everyone I went to, every session was very helpful. And so what it reminded me of is where we are as a district. And I feel good about where we are. The AI session that we attended and what Quincy is doing and other districts. And I believe we're working on our plan for including our students and our student reps and contributing to what might that guidance look like. I think that's really important. I think we've done that with the cell phone policy. So we made revisions since hearing from our families and our students.
I mean, a lot of speakers, no matter what session you were in, talked about like, don't wait till it's perfect before you do it, right? Like try something.
Right.
Like just go out and try and pilot it. And I think that's what we've been doing is like get it in front of students.
Right. You and I talked about that specifically, piloting something. And it doesn't work in every case, but I think with AI, I think it makes a lot of sense with the cell phone policy. It made sense how we did it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. And we're developing that plan. So appreciate you being there. Our middle school representatives. So after we had them here at our last board meeting, and then I had made a statement that we were going to invite them back in the spring. One of the students emailed me and said, how about just inviting us back once a month? Because we really appreciate that opportunity and we would like to know more and share more. So I've done that. I've invited the 6. So there's 3 from Canyon and there's 3 from Jump to Guard. So I've invited them starting in January to attend our business meetings. So January 2nd meeting, February 2nd meeting. So and then in June, they'll come to the only meeting that we have in June. So they've been invited. I quickly had one of the students reply to me. I can't make this one, but I talked to my parents. And so I'm thrilled that they are interested. So we will have student reps at each board meeting. And what I will do is I'll send out a statement. I'm looking for questions from you. So a request for your questions, like what would you like to ask our student reps prior to the board meeting so they can prepare. It doesn't mean that that's all they're going to share, but it's something that if you have something you would like them to share based on something that's coming up, and you talk about like how we organize our meetings and some of the examples I think Sadie you talked about one of the school districts and you liked how it was organized. If we know in advance over the course of the year, which we do with our ERs,
Right.
but there might be some other information that we want to know from our student reps specifically. So I'll be sending that out so you can then let me know and then I will share that with our reps. So looking forward to that. Today, what's that?
Sorry to interrupt you, but we also talked about maybe embedded, not instead of a panel versus panel, but more of like a work session, like, hey, this one sitting next to me, this one sitting next to Sadie, this one like.
Yeah, right. And so, yes, absolutely being open to doing something different based on what this board would like to see happen. And so whether that happens through, this year, or we pilot something maybe in the spring, or is it next year that we know that that's what we're looking for, especially for those work sessions. So today I was at Columbia River Gorge. I interviewed 7 students that were interested in BizTown positions. So I had talked about this last year at Hathaway. We have asked our elementaries to do this with all 5th graders when they're getting ready to go to BizTown. So I got to go today to CRG. So Hannah did a really good job. The principal of setting up the office. So there's a number of offices with the office suites within the main office where we had volunteers. So community members who came in and interviewed our 5th grade students. So I want to thank Hannah for her effort, Ms. Clemmer, Ms. Perry, Ms. Martindale, who were the fifth grade teachers who prepared the students, and they were prepared. And similar to my experience at Hathaway, they were organized, they were confident. Many of them had resumes. The questions that we asked, so just so you know, what is your first choice for a biz town position? So every one of them had a first choice that they wanted to be. What activities do you like to do at school? What skills do you have that would make you a good employee? Do you like working alone or with a team? And why? How would your friends describe you? And what do you like to do outside of school? So there wasn't a student that I interviewed who didn't have a response. I did go off script a couple times to challenge them, and when that happened, they had a response. So kudos to the team. Thank you to the students. I got some thank yous, shaking hands, eye contact, sitting up. I mean, just with the criteria that we used after each interview, just really important life skills.
Yeah.
So just really impressed and looking forward to doing more of those later this year. Yeah, it's basically something that our fifth graders really look forward to.
Sure.
Fall athletics have concluded at the high school. Said some really amazing efforts and recognition. Our football coach was coach of the year. We had one of our players, Royce Jones, was I think player of the year MVP. Travis Longberg was defensive MVP. So really amazing recognition for all of our fall sports. The league does something similar. These are just some pretty impressive results that we have that I just suggested or shared. Brian Wild has communicated most of this, I think, already out to families. So yeah, impressed with what happened this fall. Appreciate the work of our athletes, our coaches, families for supporting what our students are doing in their competitions, and looking forward to winter, which middle school sports, the first winter season is almost over, is my understanding, that maybe
Next week it'll be over.
over. So, and then, finally, I think I want to thank you for your work, your dedication, and this partnership that we have. And as we're going into Thanksgiving break, and I hope you get a chance to be with your family, be with friends, rest. I just really appreciate the work that you're doing. And I believe it's making a difference. When Shalice presents, our financial position, I feel much more confident about where we are now compared to where we were last year at this time. And so that's because of your support and decisions we've been making. And we're just going to continue to work on this. So thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next up, we have citizen comments. Sorry, I have to put my glasses on. I can't see. All right, I'll go ahead and read the script for our citizen comment first. There is opportunity for citizen comment at tonight's meeting, both for proposals for action and for general comments. The board and the administrative staff like to hear comments from the public. This is our time to listen to you. Because this is a business meeting of the board of directors, the board will not respond to any public comments or questions or engage in conversations with the speaker. If follow-up action is appropriate, we will direct the superintendent to do so. Address comments to the board as a whole, not individual members, staff, or other audience members. We ask that you state your name. Please keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. If you hear the bell, we ask that you conclude your remarks. Up to 30 minutes will be allocated for public comment. The board appreciates, listens, and cares about the broad range of perspectives in our community. We value everyone's comments. Thank you. All right. First up, we have Ashley Crawford.
Okay, sorry. So I also have this for you guys to reference while I'm talking, if somebody wants to look through that. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's got a copy of my speech as well as supporting documents as per my speech.
Okay, thank you.
And then quick question. So my mom signed up for time also. If I don't have enough time, she's gonna take over, but it would be better if it came from me. Can we combine? I'll try to go 3 minutes, but, okay. I'm here tonight as a parent advocating for my child's safety and for the lawful, transparent delivery of special education services within the Washougal School District. I'm sharing documented incidents, emails, and events that reveal repeated failures in transportation safety, IEP compliance, and administrative accountability. And then I've got some examples. So one, repeated safety failures of the special education bus. These are not misunderstandings. They are multiple documented safety failures that place my child at risk. My child is a 6-year-old kindergarten student. Repeat, we redid it last year. It was so horrific for us. September 2024, my child was left unnoticed on the bus. 20 minutes after his arrival time, I contacted transportation and was told the bus was running late. When the bus driver arrived, the driver apologized and told me he had not seen my child on the bus and only noticed him while stopping for fuel at Highway Fuel. My child exited the bus drenched in sweat, though thankfully unharmed. What troubles me the most is that transportation did not disclose the truth and dismissed it as a simple delay. December 6th, improper restraints, unsafe seating, broken camera. On December 6th, the bus arrived to drop off because the driver, Belle, was unable to exit her seat due to knee pain. I boarded the bus to get my child, who was asleep, lying across another kindergarten student. Both boys require 5-point harness systems, yet they were buckled with a standard seatbelt. This was unsafe and inappropriate. The other student is known for having anger regulation challenges, making this seating arrangement even more concerning. When I reported the incident, I was told the camera on the brand new bus was not working. I requested an incident report. None was ever provided. March 13th, child out of restraint delayed safety measures. That's the green paper in that book. Transportation called me to pick my child up because he was out of his seat. The driver explained that he had lowered his chest clip and she feared he would climb out while driving. When I asked for a solution, I was told he could only receive the proper harness if his IEP was amended. I requested this addition repeatedly for months. Only after I hired an attorney was the harness finally added to his IEP. Then in June, I received an email from the Director of Special Education, Connor McCroskey, stating, the supervisor said that the new booster seat has been working and there have been no additional issues. This was not accurate. My child rode on different buses, some without the correct equipment, and on one occasion, the morning driver had no seat installed. I replied, this was not what we discussed in the IEP meeting. Seems like a lot of gaps. Measurements for the correct vest had been taken months earlier. Delayed follow-through and shifting explanations became consistent patterns. IEP violations, October 2024. October 3rd, missing amendments, no prior written notice, no draft paperwork, as required by law. These are federal documents. On October 3rd, amendments adding critical safety protocols, including harness training for staff, were supposed to be added to my child's IEP. Do you need my mom to take over or shall I continue?
Yeah,
Do you want
Yes.
to? I can continue?
Yeah. am I-
Yeah,
the process
is your mom needs to take
Okay.
over.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have to follow.
Oh,
Yeah, you're taking one.
Yeah.
I like that. She's saying that. Call her.
Oh, no. Okay, where you at?
She has a hard time reading. Can I read it for her?
I can read it. Show me where you were.
I'm right. After that meeting, I received no communication, no prior written, no draft amendments.
Okay.
These procedural failures violate federal and state law. October 16th, requested IEP copy missing required safety protocols. On October 16th, I requested an updated copy of my child's IEP. The copy I received did not contain any of the safety protocols discussed on October 3rd. October 18th, IEP altered and closed without parent consent. On October 18th, the Director of Special Education added adaptations to my child's IEP and closed out the IEP without my knowledge, without my consent, without a PWN, without a draft. This is clear violation of IDEA's parent participation requirements. Other families have reported IEPs altered without notice, meetings held without parents, parents excluded or discouraged, fear of retaliation for raising concerns, I am sharing these as concerns consistently voiced by multiple parents, not as legal conclusions, but they demand investigation. Because these concerns involve documented incidents and decisions connected to Director of Special Education, Connor McCroskey, I am requesting an independent external investigation, and that Mr. McCroskey be placed on administrative leave during the investigation. This is standard practice when serious concerns involve someone in leadership. Concerns about administrative response and need for unbiased oversight. I also brought these concerns to Assistant Superintendent Aaron Hansen. I felt that they were dismissed and no meaningful corrective action was taken. Because of this, I firmly believe any investigation must be handled by an independent party who has no close working relationship with any individual involved. The ongoing lack of action and transparency has created serious concerns that, if left unaddressed, something more serious may occur. The pattern of responses gives the appearance that issues may be protected or shielded from scrutiny within this leadership group. This is precisely why outside neutral oversight is essential. Financial burdens and retaliation concerns. Ashley has spent thousands of dollars in attorney fees simply to protect her child. Not every family in this district has the resources to do that. And again, her story is not the only one. Both parents and staff have shared fears of retaliation when raising concerns. Parents fear harm to their children. Staff fear harm to their livelihood. The culture of fear is unacceptable and must be addressed. And I wish you all could meet Hudson and see the amazing young man he is and who we're fighting for.
I also have copies of the IEP if you guys would like those that show the discrepancies.
If you want to email them, do you want to email them to me?
Yeah.
Do you want to do that? Okay.
And my mom can't read, I just meant.
No, we got you.
Good.
We get it. No, we get it. All right, so this must be, is this Kelly? Kylie? Oh, gotcha.
Hi, my name is Kylie Crawford, and I am a student at Washougal High School. Every day this school year, I've been late to school, not because of anything I've done, but because my little brothers are unable to ride district transportation due to safety violations. My mom can't be in two places at once, and getting both of us where we need to be on time has become impossible. This situation is affecting every part of my life. My grades are slipping, my attendance is suffering, and my mental well-being has taken a really hit. Today, I found myself once again sitting with my school counselor trying to explain something completely outside of my control. Even though I live within walking distance, I can't walk to school because of a long-standing knee injury that has required physical therapy for the past 2 years. I am doing everything I can to manage my responsibilities, but I cannot overcome structural barriers that adults in this district have the power to fix. Someone needs to take accountability for what's happening. The Director of Special Education has retaliated against our family for advocating for my little brother. And when I say our family, I include myself. I attend every meeting. I am actively involved in his life, and I take this matter extremely seriously. This individual has time and time again has shown his dislike to my mother without thinking about the effect it's taken on the whole family. All I'm asking is for fairness, safety, and support so I can succeed in school just like every student deserves. Please put a stop to this never-ending battle with my 6-year-old brother. I am 14 and know better than the way he behaves.
Right. Do we have any future agenda items to add at this time? No. Okay, board evaluation is will be sent online, and it is 7:14.
Thank you.
Thank you.